Hi everybody, Jeremy here from Davinci Studio, and today I'm going to share with you how to use our movement transition pack. So if you're ready, let's check it out. Alright, so once you get the pack, you're going to get this zip file. Just double click on it to unzip it. It will give you this folder. In the folder, you have a couple of things. You have the license, the installation instruction, and the DFX file. Just double click on it to install it. It will just prompt open this window, asking you if you want to install it. Right now, I already have it installed, so I'm just going to overwrite it. Then once in Davinci Resolve, you can go over to Effect, Video Transition, just prompt that open, Video Editor Studio, and then Movement Transition. Here, as you can see, there is an extra drop-down because we've created categories. So you have pan, rotation, slice, and zoom. I'm not going to go through all of them because they're working exactly the same, but I'm just going to give you a few examples. So right now, for example, in zoom, let's use the Hyper Zoom RGB. All right, so I've browsed my two clips in my timeline, and here if I try to drag and drop that transition in between the two clips, as you can see, it doesn't work. It's because you need to trim the edges of your clip in order to apply a transition. That's the case for any transition you apply in any video editing software. Basically, the excess that you're trimming is what is used to create the transition. So we're just going to do that right now, and we're just going to trim the edges of those two, bring them together again, and now as you can see, if I try to drag and drop the transition, it's working fine. Right now, if we play it, as you can see, it's working perfectly fine, but I would like to make a minor adjustment. Is that here, as you can see in my clip, when he is in the tunnel, that will match a lot better with the shot that is following after, rather than when it's just in the night and there is not much going on right there. That's something to be aware of when applying any sort of transition. Try to be mindful of your first clip and the second clip and choose a transition that complement the switch between the two. The most natural your transition feel, the better it is. So right now, I'm just gonna here cut when it is in the tunnel. So I'm just gonna do a cut and we're just gonna delete that excess, just bring my clip back and we're gonna apply the transition again. And now if we play it, as you can see, it's matching a lot better in my opinion because of the line here in the tunnel and then the light from the video projector. Now let's talk about the transitions themselves. So we're gonna zoom in a little bit. Here you can extend the length of the transition by just extending that. And as you can see, it's reflected here in the inspector. So you can make that change directly here in the transition or here manually on the duration. And it will be showing here the duration in second or in frame. Here, as you can see, we have a few parameters that we can play with. That's the case for most of the transition in the pack. So in that case, that's a zoom. So that means we have a zoom in and a zoom out. Right now it's set to zoom in, as you can see. And we can just switch it to zoom out and it will just create a zoom out transition instead. Right now, as you can see, the zoom is happening in the center. But if we want, we can move the zoom position. Here, for example, I can displace it and having the zoom position going more to the left. For that specific sequence of clip, that might not be the best. Having it center is ideal, but depending on the clip that you have, that might be nice to be able to have it in a corner or on the left side or the right side. At any moment, if you want to reset any parameter, you can just double click on it to reset it. Here, as you can see, we have a parameter in and out, and it's basically a choice of animation. You have a bunch of different anime curves that you can choose from. By default, we've set it to Expo. In my opinion, Expo is the best looking one in 90% of the cases, but you can just play around with that depending on the type of animation that you want to create. So this drop down here will be the in, so that will be the beginning of the animation. And then here, that will be the out, meaning the end of the animation. All right, now that would pretty much cover all the basics and what you need to know. Let's move on to a few more examples. All right, so I've brought two more clips in my timeline. Now we're gonna go to pan and we're gonna apply the pan and tilt whip. I made a full video about that. That's the free sample for this pack. So if you want to download it and use it for free, you can do that. I will link to it in the description below. Because yeah, in case you didn't know, for every pack we release, every time we just give a free sample so you can test it, use it, and see if that works for you. So right now I have my two clips. We have someone surfing and someone swimming underwater. So right now a transition that will make sense will be to use a tilt going down to go from up the water down to underwater. So I'm gonna just here go when the waves start to crash in, and I'm just gonna make a cut right there. Then we're just gonna trim the excess of that clip. Remember to just leave some space for transition. We're just gonna join those two together, and then we're gonna apply the pan and tilt whip. As you can see right now, by default, it's a pan, but we can just select it, go over here in the inspector, and then here we're gonna select down because we want our transition to go from up to down. And now within a few seconds, we get a nice looking transition between our two clips. we have two more transitions, which are slices and rotation. They are pretty self-explanatory just by the name, but I'm just going to go through them quickly. Also, a quick note, you can always just have a preview of the transition just by scrolling above it. So here, for example, you could check any of the zoom transition by just scrolling right above it. As you can see, we get just a different style here with the hyper zoom, a normal hyper zoom, the fade zoom. Same thing here with the slice. We get a slice circle, we get a rectangle, and we get a rectangle tilt. And here with the rotation, we get a bunch as well. So here I'm just basically gonna scroll through each of them until I find one that I find fairly interesting. I think right now, because there is quite a lot of light compared to the rest of the frame on the face of the girl, a flash spin could be quite interesting to use, since there is quite a lot of light on the next shot. That will just feel very contrasty in my opinion. So I'm just gonna trim the excess on both clip, and then we're just gonna bring them together. We're gonna apply the flash spin in between the two clip, and now already if we play it, it's just working great out of the box. That's the same thing as usual. You can make some modification, but here there's a parameter that we haven't seen before. It's right there, it's the motion blur. Here, as you can see, if I just select motion blur, it will just create some motion blur for me. By default, the quality will be set at 2, which in my opinion doesn't look good. So I will just try to increase that potentially to the maximum if your computer can handle it. Just one quick notice, this can be a bit heavy on your system. Right now for me, it's working perfectly fine. But if you don't have a lot of RAM, that might struggle a little bit and you might need to just cache the transition. So just something to be aware of. When using the motion blur, I will generally recommend to put the quality at 10 and potentially here to reduce the sample spread. And as you can see right now, we have something that is looking a lot smoother compared to what we had without motion blur. So here is without motion blur, and here is with motion blur. And that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed the pack and what kind of pack you would like us to make in the future. And see you in the next one. Bye. Speed up your workflow and create better videos using the pack available on our website, including titles, transition, and templates built only for Davinci Resolve. Get started today by downloading our free starter pack that contains over 150 elements. Link in the description below or at videoeditorstudio.com.